Jets keep making stupid moves.
Well, he's their new senior director of football administration.
The only thing the good Cardinals ever did well was bring in Kurt Warner and draft Larry Fitzgerald. Other than that, why would you bring him in as a Jets GM?
Yeah, I don't know. Well, they got rid of him, so.
Stupid.
You talk about Pac-Man. Pac-Man Jones, my cousin, was arrested for punching a bitch at a club the other night. He says it was in self-defense, though.
She's kicking his ass.
Well, yeah,
she threw a bottle at his head.
She didn't give him his money. He's got to defend himself by slapping a hoe.
Yeah, and you know what? When dinner's not ready, dinner's not ready.
That's right.
You know, it's hard out there for a pimp.
It really is. Apparently, she wanted to take a picture. He denied the picture. She threw a bottle at his head, and he had to basically fight her off, and he claims it's in self-defense. He turned himself in to kind of prove that he's innocent. But his I don't remember if it was his lawyer or his manager is very angry about it and says that if it wasn't Pac-Man, if he didn't have the history that he had, and if he wasn't famous, they wouldn't have arrested him. They would have investigated before the arrest actually happened, which is probably true.
Probably, yeah.
He does have a history.
He does.
It's the Rasheed Wallace complex. Getting
Yeah.
teed for just looking at a guy.
Yeah, fortunately for him, this could be one of the few times that he's actually telling the truth.
It sounds legit.
So they have witnesses, and he's wanting to get the video and everything.
Yeah, I mean, he turned himself. I mean, if you did something wrong, you're going to turn yourself in? Come on. He says there's witnesses that can prove it. Right. Well, it's because he's going to get off.
I had to get home before I got arrested.
Right. Yeah, he got to get to the airport. Timely reference, by the way. Timely.
Yes. Yeah, it happened just yesterday.
Yeah, like it was yesterday.
Cato Kalin!
What?
Cato Kalin.
Oh, I think something about a cannon. I want to hear
Johnny Cochran!
If the glove don't fit, you must have quit.
Take a shit.
Oh. He took many a shit. Former NFL player Sean Merriman was rushed to the hospital the other night while he was at a club.
We've been clubbing.
Yeah, that mute button.
It was almost lights out for him.
Yeah, that mute button looking pretty good. Okay.
This is magical.
Thanks, Yule. Was rushed to the hospital the night he was at a club. For apparently was reported at first was an unspecified combination of drugs and alcohol. And he's fighting those rumors and saying that's bullshit, basically, that he was just dehydrated. And he got there. They gave him some fluids, told him to keep drinking water, and sent him on his way.
Yeah, he was dehydrated. He did the drugs and alcohol days earlier. Come on,
right,
guys.
he was coming off the drugs. Come on. It's an illusion, Michael.
Tricks are something whores do for money.
Mm-hmm. I should get some of those drops. I don't know. What do you guys think? Do you think he was really dehydrated, or do you think he was doping?
I think he's dehydrated, but he really needs to take some Method 1 acting lessons. Have you seen that episode yet?
No.
Tobias' Arrested Development?
No, I haven't.
It's like the third one in.
No,
you're going to laugh when you hear that reference then.
Oh, yes. Yes, I have seen that. Methadone. I was laughing so hard. Do you watch Arrested Development?
No, I did not watch it.
And you don't have the Netflix, do you?
Yeah, he wouldn't know how to use
I don't have
Netflix.
Netflix.
He goes to...
Actually, somebody's been asking me about it, and I keep saying I don't know what to do if I got it. So.
What about Netflix?
Not either.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He goes to what he thinks is an acting clinic.
Uh-huh.
He thought it's called Method 1 Clinic. It's really Methadone Clinic.
Oh, yeah.
And he thinks they're giving him acting juice. They just keep feeding him
and
methadone.
It's on Netflix?
Yeah, it's on Netflix.
Oh.
So if you have the online subscription, which is like $9 a month or something, you can watch it. By the way, we're not sponsored by Netflix.
Yeah, did we make a left turn to become a TV?
Yeah.
Scott doesn't talk in money references. He talks in how many beers does that cost?
That's going to cost
like 9
way
beers.
too many beers.
Like
Are we talking Daddy Ice? That's going to cost you about 18.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
18
can't afford
ices.
it. Can't afford it.
Yeah. Now, if we're talking, Bud Lights, it'll cost you about 11. If we're talking good beer, it'll cost you 2.
Yeah,
Dodger Stadium 1.
Yeah, half.
I'm gonna have to put out the Netflix off till I get a raise.
Makes a lot of sense.
Until he can say no to a Dodger game.
Because I got to drink and do the drugs so I can get dehydrated and go to the hospital.
Because that's what really happened.
And take Method 1 class.
Method 1 class, yes. Ocho Cinco has been given 30 days in jail.
30 days.
He had a whole situation negotiated where he's going to avoid jail time, get a bunch of community service and probation or whatever. Then he slapped his lawyer on the ass in the middle of court, and the judge did not approve. The somewhat attractive judge.
Somewhat.
Yeah.
She was. You know, when I looked at the video, I was thinking, wow, she could actually be chick of the day.
Yeah, I almost made her chick of the day.
Yeah.
I did do some Googling on her name, hoping
I would
to
like
find
to get into that room.
Yeah, hoping to find some good pictures. I mean, credentials.
Yes, of course, in case we ever need a judge or lawyer.
Yeah, didn't find much. I did find she's part of the Tea Party, though, so she's probably a little nutty. Probably hates black people to begin with.
Yeah, she's looking for an excuse.
Yeah, so she was just, oh, good, he slapped his ass. Not only is he black, but he, exhibits homosexual activity.
And we can report her to the IRS.
We're putting him in the same. Oh,
yeah,
good.
exactly.
Perfect. Yeah. So, but
especially as a government official. Right?
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, but check her out. She's not too bad looking. The Cowboys defensive tackle Josh Brent, who was the guy that killed his teammate in a car accident, 6 months ago, tested
Cowboys.
Yeah, tested positive for marijuana while awaiting trial. That's great.
That's a class act.
Oh, how dare you, sir? Smoking weed.
Well, when you're waiting trial, maybe you should kind of lay off.
I would,
He was bored, man.
I mean, yeah.
Especially when you're awaiting trial for DUI.
A DUI where one of your friends was killed.
He's like, what? I wasn't driving.
But he was.
No, after he smoked the weed.
Oh, yeah, exactly. So, anyways,
He's like, that was the violation.
Now,
Not the
if he would have gotten by with it, that's all right. But he got caught,
and there's your problem.
You got to be a little smarter when you're going to do that shit.
Yeah, borrow someone else's pee.
Yeah.
I mean, don't do drugs.
Yeah,
No.
talk to that Texas Longhorn. Borrowed his friend's pee when his friend was taking a prescription.
Oh, yes. Yeah,
Oops.
He knows how to not get away with things. So do what he did, but backwards.
Or the MMA fighter that used that to he used fake pee to pass a test.
Yes.
And they're like, we know this is fake pee.
Hi, we can tell.
So you obviously did something and wanted to hide it.
Right.
So what did he use for pee?
It was like some synthetic
Apple juice or
you,
something?
No,
Like
you can
a-
buy synthetic urine.
Yeah,
Oh, you
it's
can?
Like, it's like a
Yeah.
pill
well,
that
if I ever-
dissolves into urine and
I'll remember that when my prostate starts acting up again.
Yeah.
you're like, I can't pee, but I'll fake it.
Maybe the sound
Such
will
a
make you
chick.
feel better or something.
There you go.
It's like my youth.
You got to prime the pump.
Wow.
You'll just get a racehorse to piss for him.
Let's move on.
Okay.
Say who? Say Willie. Say hey.
I see skies the blue, clouds away. We're okay. I had to mention this. Miami Marlins and the Mets went 20 innings the other day, and they ended in a score of 2-1. Man, that is so not satisfying.
They so did not want to score so bad they went 20 innings.
Well, I said that's what happens when you put two shitty teams up against each other.
Seriously.
They just don't do anything.
The Marlins won because they accidentally got a score.
Oops.
They were trying to lose just to end the game.
Yeah. Just swing at it and let's get off the field really fast, please.
Yeah, they just wanted to get it over with.
Yeah, I think after like 18 or 19 innings, they put a T up there.
Yeah. I mean, there should be a max. Like, after so many innings, let's just call the game.
And call it a tie.
No, I don't, because then it's going to be a tie. I hate ties.
Yeah, but when you have two teams like the Marlins and the
Yeah.
Mets playing,
So who's watching? Who cares? I mean, they're the only ones that were up watching.
and I'm sure there wasn't a nationally televised game either.
It's probably blacked
With
out.
those two teams?
Probably, yeah. Probably
That's
had some
racist.
reruns to show on there.
Yeah. I'm sure there's some old episodes of Welcome Back, Kotter. or
Something, yeah.
And I think they went 10 innings the next night.
They
So
did, but that
They
score
tried to
was,
do it again.
next game was 10 innings, but it was 8-4.
Jesus.
In 10 innings, wow.
Yeah, so
Miami tried that, man.
yeah, it's weird. But apparently a fan was ejected from a Marlins.
Well,
game.
it wasn't this game.
Oh.
It was a few games ago. And actually what happens was some Marlins fans came into the ballpark. And one of the guys was wearing a shirt. Let me see what the shirt was a crack-up. But anyway, his name was Don Barton of Fort Lauderdale. The shirt said, helping other teams get better since 1998. and he was with a group of people, and they had a sign, and they actually what got the Marlins, the people, the officials pissed off was some reporters stopped. They were asking about the Marlins, and they were talking shit about the Marlins, that the Marlins, they never get good players, they're a shitty team, and they're selfish. So after the reporters left, then the officials came up to these fans and asked them to leave. So then the fans,
How dare you criticize?
yeah, they never got to their seat. So then they called this guy who was doing the interview, and they said, "Guess what? We just got kicked out." The excuse that the Marlins gave this reporter for kicking the fans out was their sign was blocking the view of the other fans, but they never ever made it to their seat.
Yeah.
It was pretty hard to do.
Yeah, actually, the sign
We
said
can't see the hot dog menu.
the sign said "Free the Marlins" is what
Man,
it said.
if that happened at a WWE event, everybody would be kicked out.
It's true.
Yeah, that's very true. So yeah, the Marlins don't like the negative publicity that they're getting.
It's like the Frank McCourt East.
Yeah, they want to
Exactly.
suck in private, all right?
Yeah, just like mine.
They want to suck, but they don't want the fans to comment on it.
And they want to suck
True.
privates, too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man.
You know what that's like.
Maybe
so.
I'll move to Florida.
Yeah. All right. Let's move
It does
on.
look like a
Maybe
cop.
not.
I know we
It is
might
the
be
dick of
spending too
America.
much time talking about this.
Oh, I love my new drops. Chris Perez of the Indians and his wife, he was the one getting deliveries of weed to his house the other day. I've been officially charged with marijuana possession. Now, here's the thing. It was only a third of a pound, which, I mean, if you're going to smoke, that's, that's going to last you a while. You're going to smoke a shit ton of weed.
Yeah, that's a lot.
But it's not that much, a third of a pound. I mean,
But it's more than the possession you can have in legal states.
well, and they said they're only going to get fined. They said there's, like, no jail time that carries with this, and it's like, so why are we making such a big deal out of it?
I wonder how many players are going to be signing with Colorado and Seattle from now on.
Yeah.
Now that there's some...
Wait, is it Washington or Oregon?
It's Washington
It is
and Colorado.
I know Colorado, yeah. The funny thing is they had the shipments sent to their dog's name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which was good.
Brody Baum.
Yeah, which is the dog's name
I mean,
and
Brody-
Fido Perez.
Brody
They're like,
Perez.
no, it was a bomb. It was the wife's maiden name.
Oh, okay.
and the dog's name.
Oh, you're right. Yeah.
yeah. So that's awesome. Way to go with that one.
You know what? The other funny thing was when they were talking to his wife, when they were questioning his wife, and they're asking her whether the marijuana shipment was intended for her husband. She responded, "Well, what did Chris say?"
Did she really?
Yeah.
what he said.
Yeah, whatever he said is.
I agree with him. What did he say again?
Yeah, that's awesome. Now Yasiel Puig. Am I saying that
I
right?
think so.
Doesn't matter.
It really doesn't
You
matter.
think he would change his name?
You know what we should do? On Awkward Apocalypse, we have Sexting with Siri.
Let's see what she says.
Let's have Yasiel Puig. Hold on, it's going to take me. Apparently.
We should have a. Do you have to do something there that take a minute?
Yeah, so we'll just talk about what he's done so far. In his first week in the majors, he has 13 hits out of 28 at-bats, 4 home runs, 10 RBIs, and he's only the second player since 1900. Yes, 1900 to jack 4 home runs. And that last stat came from Carissa Thompson.
Carissa Thompson.
Carissa, who's not too hard on
From
the eyes.
Sports Nation. Former chick of the day.
Yeah.
And friend of the show.
All right, so how are we doing on the Siri over there?
Just give me one moment.
All right, I'll give you a moment.
Let's talk about how awesome he is.
Puig. I mean, he's the like Mike Trout. I mean, they couldn't keep him in the minors any longer, especially the way that Ethier.
Yeah,
and
he's
Kemp
only
and those
there
guys
for
are
his.
doing.
He was only there for his attitude, anyways.
Right. Yeah. I mean,
Not
he.
playing.
Just, I mean, even in the spring training, he was just killing everything.
Mhm.
And yeah, I mean, those guys, they better look out for their job.
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah, Matt Kemp. All right, here, let's see how Siri pronounces this.
Is volume up?
Or let's not.
Yasiel Puig.
Just
Yasu
poop.
Poog.
Sounds like something I just did before
Yasiel
the
Puig.
show.
Yes, I'll go poo.
Excuse me.
Yasiel Puig.
I gotta go take a poog real quick.
Yasiel Puig.
That's pretty funny. All right, thanks, Siri. That was
You're
time
welcome.
Time well wasted.
Yeah,
Uh,
the setup was well worth it, wasn't it?
Nope, I apologize. Diamondbacks, Brandon McCarthy. He's the guy who got nailed in the head with a pitch, or not a pitch, but a hit,
Yeah,
skull
batted
fracture, all that crazy shit. He was out to dinner with the old wife. We apologize, you're married. The other night, and he had a seizure at dinner. Now, do you think he really had a seizure? He's like, fuck this, bitch. I could be somewhere on the road fucking harpoon.
Yeah, that's. I'm wondering either it's the food from the restaurant or it's his wife during dinner going rah 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 rah, you know.
Oh, I wish we had recorded that.
You can tell that
wish we had recorded.
I think we can all tell that 1/3 of us is married. Can you figure out who it is?
He does a very good imitation.
Mm-hmm.